Assalamualaikum everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to do a beautiful barbecue. This is a recipe that I had from my mom, and I thank mom for this beautiful recipe. Just have memories of mom making barbecue every Saturday or Sunday for the whole family to get together. So let's go through this recipe now. We generally used to do it on char grilled when we used to make it, but I don't have a char grill. We are going to actually do it in the oven, and the results are absolutely fantastic. So what I've done at this stage is that I have taken chicken legs and I've put the cuts through them. So I've cut them up to the bone, and that's what I wanted to show you. These are very important cuts because we want to make sure for two things. The first one is that we want all the marinade to go into these cuts, and the second thing, you want the blood to also drain out of the bone or from the meat, so that it still retains its taste, but then we do also get the meat cooked beautifully. I've also got a tin over a bowl over here with 300 grams of Greek yogurt. In that, I'm also going to be putting so in my last video you may have noticed that we had extra ginger and garlic that I had done. So this is approximately 2 teaspoons of ginger, and this is about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic. This is optional. It's green chilies that I've just put them in the blender and just splits them. So it is up to you if you want to add them for extra flavor. If you're doing it for children, please do not add it. Use chili sauce if you've got your family members. Obviously if you're doing it for the children, you don't want to give them chilies at all. What we do generally is that we make 2 marinades when we are making, one for the adults and one for the children. That's what I do in my home. But this particular marinade is where we do we will not be having children having the barbecue. They'll be having sausages for a change, it looks like. So I also have a spice plate over here that I've prepared. Now in my spice plate, I have the 3 basic spices, which is the salt, the red chilies, and the turmeric. In which I've also so the salt is about 3/4 teaspoon, 3/4 teaspoon of the red chili, and a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. I've also got 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds and 1 teaspoon of coriander seed powder. I've also got cinnamon powder. So this is a 1/4 teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And you can also see I've got olive oil over here. So what we want to do is we want to get all the spices and the olive oil and these ingredients into the yogurt and mix it and taste it as well, because this is the marinade that will be applied to the chicken, and after that we will grill it. Now the marinade, you can keep it minimum half an hour. If you can keep it for 3 or 4 hours, that will give you good results. And the best results I've noticed is when you keep it overnight. So today I'm not going to keep it overnight. I'm only going to keep it for 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll put it in the grill. So let's get all the spices mixed up and taste them as well. So in goes the spices. I've also added about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in it. Now the reason why I added olive oil is that I know that the chicken has skin on it, but generally cooking also requires some oil, and especially these raw ingredients. So that's the reason why I've added this oil. So I'm going to give it a good mix, and I'm going to taste it for seasoning. So on seasoning, I realized that after tasting that I need to add a little bit of more salt. So I added up another 1/2 teaspoon to it, especially to the fact that there is yogurt. So yogurt has some citric flavor in it, or some acidity flavor in it. So I wanted to cut that out, and the only way I could do that was to add some extra salt in it. So that's what I've done. Now this marinade will be applied to the chicken, and we'll leave it for 2 hours. So here you can see that I'm applying the marinade to the chicken, and it's doing very well. I know it's a messy process, but
The results are absolutely fine, especially when you put it in the oven. You know, you really don't want to come back and look at it because it's the oven is going to do all the cooking. It's in the slow cook. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. The cuts that I had previously made in the chicken are enabling the chicken to retain the mixture inside the meat itself, and that's where all the magic is going to happen, where all the marination is going to be inside every bite that you eat. So I'll complete massaging the chicken nicely, and then I'll put it in the fridge for 2 hours. So it has been 2 hours that I have left my chicken in the fridge, and what I've done is that I've taken it out of the bowl, have a tray that was lined up with a foil, and I put on the foil a little oil so that when the chicken is cooking it's not going to stick at the bottom of the foil. I've already heated up my oven at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to cook it at a slow heat for 1 hour. So in the next half an hour I'll come and do only one turn, so I'll turn the chicken once only, and then the second half an hour will help the chicken to cook and crisp in the oven. We'll see if we need more than 1 hour, I'll let you know. But this is how the chicken has already been marinated, and in it goes into the oven for starting the cooking process. So there you have it. You can see my chicken is already ready, and I removed it from the tray and I put it in a bowl. I've also toasted some bread because obviously this is chicken tikka. You can toast some bread, so I just took a sourdough bread and I just put a little butter in the pan and just quickly fry them out. And then I've also given an extra element to it, which is just boiled potatoes, and I wanted to give an individual look in the plate, so I've actually boiled them out, added some seasoning which is salt only and just butter. So I just after mashing the potatoes, I made them some balls and I put them in presentation. And obviously we've also got a beautiful salad plate which is on the table. So this is how I wanted to serve my chicken tikka. There are other ways you can also do yourself, and look, every small element does make a big difference in your dish. So I hope you liked my chicken tikka recipe. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.